Hi, Alexis? Alexis.
This is 18-year-old Alexis Avila sitting alongside her parents. Only a few hours ago, Alexis believed that she could get away with trying to murder and hide her own son, a crime she has no idea will land her in a pair of handcuffs.
Go ahead and stand up, okay? Place your hands behind your back.
She's gonna be charged with 1 count of attempted murder.
Because as Alexis is arrested, detectives will discover that the very son she tried to kill is still alive, and he will become the reason why his mother rots in a jail cell.
Who found him?
We were dumpster diving. Okay. Yeah, where's the bed?
What do you think was gonna happen?
I don't know.
It's not normal behavior from any reasonable person to do what you did. Scumbag.
I'm sorry.
It's January 7th, 2022, a bitterly cold night in Hobbs, New Mexico, and 3 friends traveling home decide to make a pit stop. Their destination? Rig Outfitters and Home Store. The mission? Dumpster diving. The local retailer's known to occasionally put discarded merchandise in the dumpsters, and hoping to salvage some, the friends check for themselves. But instead of a broken blender, the group's about to make a shocking discovery, and it begins with the last sound they ever expect to hear. At first they think the faint cry is a puppy caught inside a trash bag, but when they tear it open, nothing could prepare them for what they find: a young victim wrapped in a damp towel. As one witness takes him in her arms, another calls 911, who instructs them to keep him warm until first responders arrive. But with temperatures dropping, and no way of knowing the extent of his injuries, it's now a race against time to get him help.
He's right here. Yep. You going with us or staying? All right.
With the victim now in paramedics' care, officers speak to the Good Samaritans who found him, and get the unbelievable story of how a dumpster diving trip turned into a life or death rescue.
So who found him?
Me and him.
They heard him.
He heard it first, and then
I
we just
opened
kind
the
of.
bag and I picked
Yeah,
him
I
up.
set the bag because it's so
Snatched
heavy.
Where was the bag at?
In that first trash bag, middle of
a black trash bag.
the trash on the very first side. Like
Okay, the far trash can, correct?
bar trash, the very front, right there about middle.
Digging, we found in the bag wrapped in the towel.
Holy smokes.
But they're the ones.
Yeah, right there. See the WN?
Yeah.
Right in the middle. It's dead center and right against it. For them to call it straight up.
But he had a red back, did you see the red
The towel.
towel? I'm sorry.
All right. Was he wrapped up completely from head to toe? Or?
You'd have to ask her. I didn't even want to.
Yeah, no.
Something about, I watched a lot of the investigation, a lot of stories, and I knew just by the weight, but I wasn't believing it. And I said, no, I can't. Look.
Okay.
And that's when and next thing I know, her boyfriend, oh shit, call the cops.
All right.
It's not funny, but.
So who called the cops?
I called the cops.
And they said they kept hearing a whimpering noise. And then I said, let me see. They said it sounded like a little puppy. And when I saw that, I snatched her up.
With the scene secured and witness statements recorded, police are now faced with a seemingly impossible question. Who would commit such a heinous act, and how will they be brought to justice? But thanks to the appliance store's security cameras, they won't have to wait long, as a manager shows them the day's footage. They find the exact moment the witnesses made their discovery, and it's just as shocking as they described. But as they rewind to around 2 p.m., the camera shows something else: a white sedan pulling into the alley and a young woman getting out, and without a moment's hesitation, tossing a black bag into the dumpster. She then gets back in the car and drives away. But while she thought her little problem was now taken care of, a bigger one had only just begun.
Hopefully it's clear enough to where they can prosecute.
I hope so too.
Look what she does.
I know, just tosses it.
Look at that. Piece of shit. It's missing a hubcap on the car too.
I didn't notice that. I'm glad you saw that.
Yeah. Take off this way, might be able to get a plate.
He wouldn't have made it overnight, that's for sure.
Yeah. Scumbag.
The store manager notices a missing rear hubcap, but police also get something even more identifiable: a clearly visible license plate. It's more than enough to identify the vehicle, and the registration leads detectives to the modest home of the Avila family. And as detectives knock on their door, absolutely no one knows what to expect. Most of all, the parents of 18-year-old Alexis Avila. Before that, if you love watching teenagers like her realize they aren't getting away, subscribe. It's literally all we do here.
Who does it come back to?
Alexis, I didn't read the whole. Hello, how's it going, man? I'm Detective Pettis with the House Police Department. It's Officer Biddick. We have some questions involving this vehicle. Is this your vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you drive it daily?
Daughter does.
Your daughter does? Okay. What's your daughter's name?
Why?
I'm sorry?
What?
How old is your daughter?
She's 18.
18? Okay. So she's of age. Is she here right now?
Yeah, but she's already in bed.
She's in bed? Okay. Is there any way we can speak to her? Are you both parents?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind stepping out so I can explain something to you? All right. So you're both parents, your dad? Okay. Is she asleep or?
Well, yeah, she's been sick.
She's been sick?
Yeah.
Okay.
She hasn't been to work.
She hasn't been to work?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with her?
Well, I don't know. She just went to, what's going on with her baby? She just went to
Her
the doctor.
stomach.
Her stomach?
Yeah, she was having stomach pain.
So I'm gonna be completely honest with you, okay? So this vehicle was involved in a abandonment of. Is there any way you can call your daughter? Maybe we can take a look at her and see if she's the person we see on the video. I know this is a lot to take in. I mean, but that's where we're at right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's where we're investigating right now. So.
Based on their shocked reactions, Alexis's parents have no idea what officers are talking about. But the connection between her recent health problems and what's been caught on camera is simply too big to ignore. So as she's now woken up, she's about to be in for a shock of her own, getting dragged down to the police station in the middle of the night for questioning.
All right, so I know there's a lot, okay, to talk about, and I just want to ask you, why you think you're here, or what led us to us being here. All right, obviously I do know information, and the last thing I want to do is, to start off on the wrong foot and for you to start, lying to. There's always two sides to a story. Obviously, I'm looking at a evidence standpoint, what we were called out to. I don't know what you're going through. If you're going through anything, we're all humans. Before me being a detective, I'm a father. I'm a son and stuff like that. We're all human. It doesn't matter what rank we have or how old we are. All right, and that's why, I asked you to come out here and give me your side of the story. Okay, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to question you. I'm not here to accuse you. I'm not here to, belittle you. That's not what I do. That's not my job. So my job is to investigate, and that's exactly what I'm doing. All right. So if you can, I would kindly ask you just to tell me the truth, and we'll go from there. Okay. So you want to tell me what's going on, or what happened today, or what led to this?
I mean, I can tell you, but I need you to ask, because then I can tell you.
Right. Okay. So, obviously I got confirmation that you were okay. Right.
I found that out yesterday.
You found that out yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay. So tell me a little bit more about that.
What do you like?
So how is that you found out, or how?
Well, I've been having back pain like really bad, and I got in an accident September of 2021.
Okay.
2 years ago. And I just thought that's what it was. And I mean, the pain comes and goes, and so I didn't really think anything much of it. And it just kept hurting, and so my mom took me to the ER, and they just said that I had some kind of spray, and I don't even know what kind it was. And they just gave me medicine for it, and it wasn't helping.
Okay.
But I still didn't think anything much of it. I gave them my urine sample and see if for infection or anything. There was nothing, I guess, I don't know. And then I just kept hurting, and so I went to the clinic and they did a urine sample and they told me I was. That's when I found out.
You said it was yesterday?
Alexis claims that recent back pain and constipation led her to seek treatment, which is how she eventually discovered she was pregnant, the very same day she gave birth. And while so-called cripid pregnancies are possible, they only occur in roughly 1 in every 2,500 births. But whether Alexis is really one of these is a moot point, because it's her actions afterwards that have landed her in the hot seat, and possibly on the hook for attempted murder.
So, as I mentioned you before anything, I like to speak, with the truth. Obviously, okay, I spoke to some people, and I know that back in March, is when you spoke to some people and you told them that you were pregnant. So you had prior knowledge, all right? So I'm not going to...
Back in March?
Right, somebody by the name of Walker. Do you know anybody, a friend of yours, a school friend of yours that I spoke with? And she's the one that told me that you knew that you were pregnant. But I spoke with her, and she's the one that told me, obviously, that you knew or had prior knowledge. All right. Like I said, if you got to be straightforward with me, okay? Okay. So, anyway, explain to me as far as what happened today. How did your day start today?
The same as any other day. Well, it was the same for the past couple of days.
Okay.
I was in pain. I just thought I was, what is it called? I'm sorry.
That's okay. I know there's a lot. I understand there's a lot going on.
Where you can't poop.
Okay. Constipation?
Yeah, I just thought that's what it was.
Okay, so you...
Literally whole day, I would go to sleep and then go back to the restroom. Go to sleep and go back to the restroom.
So what happened after you started going to the restroom?
I just went back to sleep because I couldn't go.
Okay. And then after that, what did she do?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, obviously
it was repetitive. And then my dad went to the store and got me some pills. I don't even know what they were, but they were supposed to help me poop. And I took it and I went back to sleep. And I stayed asleep for I don't even know how long.
Okay.
And then I woke up and I kept trying to use the restroom and I'd go back to sleep and it's repetitive sound.
What happened after that?
What do you
mean? So obviously, I mean, you and I know what happened. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, but like I can't tell you if you like. I'm not a very good explanation.
And you're at your house?
Yeah, I was by myself.
You were by yourself?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's not normal, right?
Right.
Okay, what happened after that?
I was in a panic. I didn't know what to do. I was scared. I was trying to call my mom, but I couldn't because I was so scared. I think she was going to hate me.
Okay. What made you think that?
Just because I just turned 18. I haven't been 18 for a month.
Alexis's side of this story is absolutely harrowing, and there's no real reason to doubt the traumatic details of her day. But even though the detective's appropriately sympathetic, there's no getting around one fact. Her mother's disapproval is no excuse for how she was about to handle the situation.
What did you do after the fact? Or what happened? I mean, obviously...
Like, I was just cleaning. I was scared. I didn't know what to do.
Right. But you're telling me that you knew yesterday, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know I didn't know how, and I didn't know nothing. I knew, but I didn't, know it was coming today.
Right. So it was unexpected. Right. You weren't expecting it to happen. No. Did you contact anybody?
No.
Okay. You said you didn't contact your mom?
No, I tried, but I couldn't. I was scared.
Alexis has trouble saying what she's done out loud, and for good reason. So while she has trouble actually speaking the words of her confession aloud, she describes what's seen in the video down to a T. But serious questions still remain, and Alexis has a hard time answering the most basic one: why she thought her actions were an acceptable response, and her sickeningly selfish excuse for them.
So, obviously, you're 18 years of age. You know right from wrong, right?
Right.
Okay. So, you wrap around inside a trash bag.
Panic. I just turned 18.
Right.
It's not like I've been 18 forever.
Exactly. But you know, I mean, if somebody were to wrap you inside a trash can and put a tie on it and you're not able to move.
Well, the tie was broke. Like,
right.
I would be able to stick my hand in there.
What do you think would have happened?
What do you mean?
So what do you think would have happened? You never notified law enforcement. You never called for EMS. You never.
I didn't. I'm still in.
Mm-hmm. What exactly? What do you think was going to happen?
I don't know.
You don't know what would have happened.
Well, I mean, obviously I know, but
mm-hmm.
And I'm in a panic. There's in front of me. I just.
Okay. You never notified your mom?
Never.
No, you never notified anybody.
Nobody.
Okay, so it's not normal behavior from any reasonable person to do what you did. If I'm, it's not.
In a panic when I just turned 18.
Right. It still isn't though. We're talking about
I know what you mean, but like, I get what you mean.
Okay. Let me take a small break, okay? I'll be right back. Well, you're 18, you're of age, okay? So unless you were a juvenile, then that would change things. But give me just a minute. I'll be right back. Let me see what I can do, okay?
Alexis will eventually get to see her mom, but the detective has a few more questions he'd like to ask first, like what she did after committing the crime, and the real date of when she knew she was pregnant.
All right, back to where we left off. I appreciate you, telling me what happened and stuff. What did you do after the fact? I know. What time more or less was it? Do you remember? Do you recall?
Like 2:15 maybe, somewhere around that time.
Okay, that's when you dropped off?
Somewhere, I believe so.
Okay, what did you do after the fact?
I drove around, continued to drive around.
Continue to drive around? To do what?
I don't know, just to clear to figure out what to do.
Okay. What else? I mean, where'd you go? Where'd you end up going? What did you do?
I ended up going to my house.
Ended up going to your house? What did you do after?
Dude, when I went to my house, I just sat on my bed and I was trying to figure out what I was supposed to do or what to do.
At any point, did you make anybody aware of it?
No, I was still in shock.
Okay. Nobody found out? Nobody knew about it? Okay. Were your parents back home at the time? You were home alone? Okay. Did you seek any medical attention or no? Did you think about, what could have happened or what, could end up happening to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom said it was in love, like, is it okay?
Okay. They'll be briefing me here as we go. So last I heard, okay. So did it ever cross your mind to let anybody know, contact law enforcement, go back?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm still in shock the whole time. When my parents got home, they just didn't tell them I was still in shock. I was just in my room.
You're in your room? Okay. Did you ever leave the home afterwards? Did you go anywhere? Did you talk to your parents when they got home?
Yeah, eventually, but I didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm. So your parents had no knowledge?
No knowledge, absolutely not.
And what if I were to tell you that they did have knowledge? Or they told me they didn't know about it? What would you say then?
How? Because I didn't even know.
Okay. You didn't know, but yesterday you found out?
I mean, what do you mean? Because I feel like we're talking about two different things, and it's not going well.
We're talking about a that was thrown in the trash like garbage, right? And it's a human being. That's what we're talking about.
My knowledge is when they found out was when the officer showed up at my house.
Okay, so I'm talking about the knowledge of you being pregnant, obviously.
Oh.
Because I know that you knew back when you found out you were pregnant, and it wasn't yesterday. That's what I know.
To God.
Okay, I don't, like I said, I don't go that route, but I know, and I do my investigation prior to even talking to you and, you know, coming out here and interviewing you. Okay, as I told you, I'm not here to judge you. There's two sides to the story, but if you're going to come and tell me that you found out you were pregnant yesterday, and I know that's a lie, then
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Then it changes things, because I don't appreciate that.
You're right. I found out I was pregnant yesterday.
Okay.
Because I heard it. The doctor showed me. I knew back in whenever, but I didn't know. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, oh, it's whatever.
So you knew back whenever? When is this? What are we talking about?
Back in August.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit before that.
All right. So yesterday, whenever you went to the doctor, how far along did they tell you were?
They didn't say.
They didn't tell you?
No.
Okay. So
that's how I didn't know it was coming today.
All of a sudden, Alexis's story has changed completely, because she now claims to have known she was pregnant since August, which at the time of this interview was 5 whole months ago. And if she really had no idea her due date was near, it can only mean one of two things. She was either in deep denial or just really bad at math. But there's one person that hasn't been mentioned so far: the father. A fact that's about to change fast.
You do know who is the father? Okay, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind sharing his name?
Steven.
Okay. Steven. Yeah. Do you know more or less how old he is?
He's 17.
Okay. So obviously, if you know enough for you to tell me that he's obviously the father of your child, you should have known when you got pregnant, right?
Honestly, not really.
Not really. But you're able to tell me who it is, so, you know.
He's the only one I've ever been with.
A reasonable person would say that you knew when you got pregnant.
Not, with all due respect, not necessarily.
No.
Because, I mean...
Okay.
So,
I'm just, you know, putting it out there. You gave me information, obviously, but he didn't do anything as far as to lead you to do this? Did he? Nothing? Okay. Did you just think you would be better off without a child because you're too young?
No,
I mean...
Wait, sorry, go back. What do you mean?
I'm trying to reason as far as what...
Like, what is in my head? Or like what?
I'm trying to reason your actions. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Oh.
Yeah, a reasoning behind your actions.
I knew I was too young, but I knew I would be able to do, like, I'm about to graduate school. School's not my worry. I have a stable job. Money's not a worry for me.
Okay.
So I would be able to, if it's okay, I want it.
Okay. And what if I told you? What would change then?
Nothing.
As Alexis's interview concludes, the detective's gotten exactly what he wants: a full confession. And beyond her obvious guilt, one thing's clear: the fact that she thinks she could or should get the victim back proves just how delusional she really is. So after getting a chance to talk to her parents, she'll be in for yet another surprise: being arrested for attempted murder.
Hi, Alexis? Alexis. I'm Officer Carrillo. If you could do me a favor and stand up. Okay. For right now, go ahead and stand up, okay?
We'll let you finish talking to Mom here in a second, okay?
All right, if you want to step over here for me, turn around and place your hands behind your back. Okay, don't pull away. Hold I'll just have you step over here, okay? Huh. Do you think you're 272?
After Alexis's emotional farewell to her parents, she's taken into custody. But the investigation isn't over just yet, because there's one more person detectives want to talk to, the 16-year-old father of Alexis's baby. And what he does or doesn't know about his ex-girlfriend's pregnancy is the difference between being a victim himself and a perpetrator.
So obviously we all kind of know why we're here. I know this has turned into, a big type of case, which is, it's good and bad. So, I mean, I know there's a child involved, and potentially, I say potentially because they're still going through the whole test as far as paternity goes. But as far as that goes, your name was dropped, by Alexis. So I wanted to speak with you, and as far as and in regards to that, to see what your involvement was, and get some things or clarification on some things as far as times, dates, and what your knowledge was, if you don't mind. Okay. If I'm too serious, that's just who I am.
I'm used to it.
Okay. So I'm not mad or anything. That's just my personal demeanor, okay?
It's kind of the beard. I mean, it's the beard.
Probably.
It's very serious.
A combination.
I don't know why yours doesn't, but yours does.
But
I'm just old.
Don't feel nervous, okay? We're out here. You're not in any trouble. I'm just trying to get more information, more insight as far as everything, all right? So as far as the whole pregnancy, when does that come about? Or when did you have knowledge of it, or when did she make you aware of it?
I was aware of it probably back in April, and then about a month later, she told me that she had...
Okay.
Sorry if I get my voice shaky.
I understand you completely.
So then after that, she had told me I didn't think of anything. Okay. I thought it was because it was my fault, but I didn't really think of anything.
What would you think that?
It was my fault because I thought I didn't provide her the stuff that she needed, but...
Okay. How does she...
like vitamins or something?
Yeah, like this...
Just supporting her.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Like
because y'all kind of separated about that time, didn't you?
Yes.
Were you just feeling guilty or what?
About the stress that I put on her for us separating, so I didn't.
Yeah. Because y'all were separated when she told you?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay, so how long had y'all been separated for? Do you remember?
Almost going on 2 months.
2 months? So it was almost a year after y'all were dating that she told you she was pregnant? But you all weren't together, right? Okay. Did she call you, or how did she tell you?
How did she tell me that
she was pregnant? Did she text you, or y'all were talking, or?
She actually went to one of my friend's houses that I was there. She went and she took me one of the pregnancy tests, and she showed me in person.
Showed you in person?
Yes.
So you said you're notified about the pregnancy in April, and you said a month later is when she tells you that she had a miscarriage. Yes. So how does she notify you about that?
She actually did the same thing as when she told me that she was pregnant. Because me and my friend, we always have those little get-togethers, and she did go over there and she told me that she had miscarried.
All right.
Based on what the young man says, even Alexis's revised story wasn't the whole truth. Because while she told detectives she learned of her circumstances in August, he claimed she told him in April, a full 4 months earlier, and exactly 9 months before this incident. Alexis was charged with attempted first-degree murder and abuse resulting in great bodily harm. Her trial began in April of 2023, and prosecutors presented a trove of damning evidence, including surveillance footage, medical testimony, and Alexis's own shocking confession. She was found guilty, but due to her youth and mental health, was given a reduced sentence of 16 years. During sentencing, the judge remarked that only luck and the grace of God prevented the case from becoming a homicide.
The victim made a full recovery and was placed with his biological father and family, where he remains to this day.
If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to subscribe to our channel. 80% of everyone watching isn't, and your support would help us more than you realize. It's free, and it keeps this channel alive. You can also check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.